Welcome to the He's Got Issues DC Comics Edition number 125.2. I'm John Cooney, here to preview new DC Comics being released June 11th, 2014, beginning alphabetically with Astro City number 13. 24 hours, 24 pages, a robot, a bank robber named Gundog, the Hanged Man, Jack in the Box, the eternal mysterious dancing master, and a whole lot of romance. One of Astro City's most unusual stories of a citywide turmoil and changing lives all in a single day. Next we have Batgirl number 32, clandestine meetings, tapped phones, video surveillance, Barbara Gordon is being watched. Who has it in for her, and how can Batgirl investigate without compromising her secret identity? We've also got Batman Eternal number 10, Batman and Catwoman together again. Professor Pig is back, and we get some answers about Falcone's past and his motivations. Next we have Birds of Prey number 32. It's time to settle some scores. Amanda Waller may have kept Kurt Lance alive, but she also kept him hidden from Black Canary. Now it's on, Birds of Prey versus the Suicide Squad. We've also got Coffin Hill number 8. Arrested for the murder of a fellow Boston cop, Eve takes a journey into her past and delves into the terrible truth about the night she caught up with the notorious ice fisher. Meanwhile, in Coffin Hill, Nate struggles to protect the town's remaining witches from an outside menace. While in Boston, Eve confronts an evil that never left and realizes that even though she caught the ice fisher, the case is far from closed. The second story arc of Coffin Hill begins here. Next we have Constantine number 15. John Constantine witnessed the horrifying reach of magic when he meets the world's wealthiest mage, a woman who's been draining all the good luck out of her home city of Hong Kong and benefiting from the suffering of millions. We've also got Detective Comics number 32. The next great Batman murder mystery continues to unfold in Icarus, Part 3, brought to you by the acclaimed creative team of The Flash. Batman is caught in the clutches of the crime boss known as the Squid as he digs deeper into a whodunit for the ages. Next we have FBP Federal Bureau of Physics number 11. One man's reality is another man's machine gun shootout. Adam and Rosa are up against more than they bargained for, but physics could be on their good side for once. The dicey adventures of everyone's favorite FBP agents continue here. We've also got Green Lantern Corps number 32, Uprising Part 4. The casualties of the uprising against the Green Lantern Corps reach monumental proportions as the Durlans reveal their sinister endgame. Jon Stewart leads his ragtag team of lanterns against an army of shapeshifters that can assume any form. Meanwhile, one lantern must decide if he will make the ultimate sacrifice to give the Corps any hope in this war. Next we have Infinity Man and the Forever People number 1. 4 of the best students from New Genesis arrive on Earth to study and aid in the advancement of humanity, but they soon discover a darker purpose to their mission, a threat so great that it may bring the multiverse itself to its knees. The only thing that stands between them and total destruction is the mysterious entity known as the Infinity Man. Don't miss the start of this new series by Dan Didio and Keith Giffen, the team that brought you the over-the-top adventures of OMAC. We've also got Justice League United number 2. It's all-out battle issue as Hawkman has a showdown with Lobo as the Legion is teleported to Ron to face the shape-changing alien called Bith. This looks like a job for Supergirl. Next we have Legends of the Dark Knight 100-page super spectacular number 3. In The Beautiful Ugly, when Batman arrives on the scene to discover the final verdict in the case Two-Face argued against local gangs, will anyone go home happy? Then, when Clayface gives Batman the slip and break the mold, the Dark Knight detective is hot on his trail, and Batman and Robin face an old foe at the Gotham Science Museum and ponder elements of crime. Plus, in The Echo of Pearls, young Bruce Wayne discovers a cave that sets echoes reverberating throughout his life. We've also got New 52 Future's End number 6. Ray Palmer, Frankenstein, and Amethyst take a dangerous journey into the Phantom Zone, and Batman Beyond's mission could be over before it begins when someone discovers his arrival 5 years from now. Next we have Royals Masters of War number 5 of 6. As the Allied forces prepare to invade France, Hitler's V-2 rockets decimate London, and King Albert is faced with the knowledge that, despite his best efforts, he could not protect his children from war. The effects of the Stalingrad mission leave Rose's sanity in tatters, while Henry must battle his morally bankrupt brother, Arthur, to try to convince him to join the Normandy Armada. But Arthur left Henry to die once before, and the Nazi spy in London is about to be revealed. We've also got Scooby-Doo Where Are You number 46. When Shaggy and Scooby dig up a mysterious artifact on the beach, they take it to the local college, where the head of the Marine Archaeology Department claims to have recovered hundreds of similar artifacts, evidence that the lost civilization of Atlantis was real. So when some creatures calling themselves Atlanteans show up to cause trouble, the whole gang has to figure out what's up. Next we have Smallville Season 11, Lantern number 3 of 4. A rain of yellow stars falls on Gotham City, even as Superman and the Green Lantern John Stewart face a threat of Oa's past that has reappeared on the moon. Batman, Nightwing, Green Arrow, and the Wonder Woman from the DEO are doing their best, but they need help. When Clark returns to Earth, will John's luck run out? We've also got Superboy number 32. The return of the son of Superman to the present day means an all-new Superboy for the New 52. John Lane Kent takes off for a Nowhere lab and finds Ravagers and the Superboy clone body captured by Harvest. What comes next changes John's life forever. Next we have Superman Wonder Woman number 9. Superman Doomed continues with Enemy of the State. As things get more dire on Earth for him, the Man of Steel may have to go into exile in space. But the self-proclaimed protectors of Sector 2814, the Red Lanterns, don't want him there either. Don't miss this deadly face-off between Kal and Kara. And we've got World's Finest number 24. Get ready for action as Power Girl and Huntress begin their journey back to Earth 2. Plus, Desaad returns. Out in trades this week, we've got DMZ Deluxe Edition Volume 2 hardcover. In these stories from DMZ 13 to 28, Maddie heads undercover to infiltrate a terrorist cell, interviews an enlisted U.S. soldier who's found guilty of massacre, and turns his attention to several locals, a guerrilla artist, a former ally who's now worse off than a homeless person, and the powerful head of an organization within the DMZ. Next, we have Green Lantern Corps Volume 3 Willpower trade paperback. The Green Lantern Corps faced their greatest threat ever when the Guardians deemed them obsolete and raise a third army, but in doing so they unleash a far more dangerous threat, the First Lantern. Then, in the aftermath of their battle against the First Lantern and the Guardians, it's up to Guy Gardner, John Stewart, and the other survivors to try to put the Corps back together, or decide if there should even be a Corps anymore. Join Peter Tomasi and Fernando Pescerin for the epic conclusion of their run in these stories from Green Lantern Corps 15 through 20 and Green Lantern Corps Annual number 1. We've also got JLA Volume 5 trade paperback. In these tales from JLA 47 to 60 and JLA Heaven's Ladder, Batman's betrayal and expulsion from the group leads to a loss of trust in the team. How can Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, and Plastic Man face the fairy tale nightmare of the Queen of Fables and the world-altering abilities of Dr. Destiny? Next, we have Red Hood and the Outlaws Volume 4 League of Assassins trade paperback. Following the Joker's attack, Jason Todd finds himself lost in his own past. Corey and Arsenal set out to the far reaches of the globe to rescue him, but when they come face to face with Hugo Strange and the League of Assassins, the team might reach its breaking point. Collects issues 19 through 24 and Annual number 1. And we've got World's Finest Volume 3 Control Issues trade paperback. In these tales from issue 13 through 18, Desaad and the Hellhounds of Apocalypse are hunting Huntress and Power Girl, who may not survive the encounter. To find out what Desaad is really after, they must go deep underground and discover who is impersonating the missing Mr. Terrific. Okay, so that's it for DC this week, but of course there's still plenty of other books out this week too, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.